People don't want to listen to your music.
I don't think it's as bad as I've made it seem.
I didn't get on any playlist.
Are you sure about
Didn't
that?
get on any YouTube channels. I got 0 mentions.
Stop the cap.
Hello people, welcome to another episode of Let's Be a Music Artist. Today we're going to be talking about inspiration and wins, how to stay inspired and how to actually feel like you're winning throughout this process. Let's first go into winning. Last week I made a video about rejection and how to handle that. In any situation where you are presenting yourself or your product or your music, there will be people that will reject it.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
But if your product is solid or if it just hits the right spot for certain people, you will get positive responses to it as well. And even during the editing of my last video, I was getting positive responses to my pitches. And I actually got into 2 playlists so far, as well as getting lots of feedback from other people who gave me constructive criticism, which I fucking love, but also praise even for the music that I put out. I kind of had to treat it the same way as I did the rejections. It's just data. It's just helping me to figure out what is working and what is not. But it's important to actually recognize those moments where you are making a positive impact upon other people and people are resonating with what you are doing. Because at the end of the day, as artists, that's what we want. We want to get our art, our music, in my case, we want to get our art or music, in my case, and maybe in yours as well, to the people that actually appreciate it and that it makes an impact upon. If I didn't get through all those rejections, I wouldn't have gotten these responses as well. And I'm very grateful for those. Sometimes the whole process of making art ebbs and flows. There's parts where it feels like a drag and there's parts where you're just really in the flow and it feels amazing. There's ways to actually get more inspired and get into that creative flow state. Here are 5 ways I make sure to get into that creative state as quickly as possible and stay in it for as long as possible. The first thing is going to fun events, whether that's in my neighborhood or different parts of my country or even outside of the country. The other week, I went to a little festival in my neighborhood. I went to see this theater festival that goes around different cities within my country. This week, there was actually some live music, which I also find very inspirational. Another thing is visiting other artists' work, whether that's museums or music, like I just said, or theater. It can be any art form, really, even like cooking. So for example, this week I went to the Panorama by Mesdag, which is a Dutch artist, and it was just absolutely mind-boggling because it was so huge. And the scale just blew my mind and really inspired me to think outside of the box, to think in bigger possibilities. All the emotion that was put into the work also inspired me in ways that I can put emotion into my work. Another big part of staying inspired is your friends, especially if they are creative friends as well, or you find that they inspire you just in general, just through the person they are. Be sure to keep close to these people and spend time with them because it really does help to keep you inspired and keep you in a happy state as well. Oftentimes, being in that flow state, it helps to be in a positive state as well. Music is another great way to stay inspired. Listen to your favorite artists or new songs that come out and seeing what they are doing. It can often give you new perspectives, or it can just hit you emotionally in a way that you want to then also hit somebody else through your own art. Finally, nature is also a great way to get inspired. There's a reason why we as human beings mimic nature so much in our art. There's a beauty and an art and an intricacy to nature that you can tap into by just going to a park and having a walk. So that's a quick rundown of how to stay inspired. This coming week, I'll be focusing on promoting my new single, Can't Feel It, because it's coming out this Friday. And I'm really excited for that. I'm actually going to shoot a video with a friend of mine for promotional material later today. And I'll also be going to venues to keep on building my social life myself, to have the creatively stimulating environment that I want around myself. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, please, on how you stay inspired in your own life, whether that's in art, in your career, anything really. Just how do you stay inspired? How do you give yourself that vigor to keep living life to the fullest? With all that being said, thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. And then for the song of the week, this week it is actually a movement of the week, because this week it's Tchaikovsky's first movement to his 6th symphony. I could have phrased that better, but whatever. It's a beautiful piece of music. If you've never listened to Tchaikovsky, definitely make sure to do it. I love his compositions. I think he's my favorite composer when it comes to classical music. This piece is no exception to his genius. It really musically touches on so many emotions. It's a journey to go through it. I would recommend actually listening to the full symphony, but I just like the first movement the best. But I also really like the last movement. So be sure to listen to it in full if you want the full experience. It's definitely worth it.